Good evening. We are going into the part 5 of our philosophy series. This particular area that I want to introduce for this particular episode is the one which I should have done maybe few weeks back. See, we are talking in philosophy about mostly about knowledge. Then we talk about intuitive knowledge, we talk about logical, etc. But what is knowledge? Is it memory? Is it understanding? So, one very fundamental question that we need to ask ourselves is, how do you know whatever you claim to know, you know? Can this question be answered? What is knowledge? What is the nature of knowledge? See, for all practical purposes in our day-to-day life, we believe something to be knowledge when we see something or when it appeals to our senses. When I ask you, how do you know? Mostly you give me an answer because I saw, or I heard, I experienced, I felt, etc. Now, there are so many directions from which we can analyze this whole thing. One of the goals of Vedanta, one of the goals that is set forth in Vedanta is, I need to know that by knowing which I will know everything. Meaning, it's possible to know everything. 1, 2, there is something which, if known, will make me know everything. That means there is a set of knowledge, and there is an element in this set of knowledge. If that element is known, then the whole set is known. I don't know. I am interpreting this statement in this particular manner. Now, this I can understand, and I can comprehend this idea from an scaffolding of Advaita. But let's see epistemology as such before we get into this Advaita aspect of this Vedanta. For the sake of clarity, I need to also draw a parallel with regard to the Western philosophy, where epistemology is always connected with logic. They call it logic and epistemology. And logic basically deals with premise and conclusion, and they talk in the terms of construction. They talk in terms of inference, and from there they move from the Aristotelian logic, where we arrive at a particular conclusion from a set of given premises, and then we use tautology, and tautology is nowadays applied in so many other fields like electronics and so on and so forth. So, logic and epistemology from the West. Now, something very similar in East is Tarka. Now, Tarka talks about in the same manner like inference, premise. In that same manner, in Tarka it is fundamentally upamana, anumana, and so on. I am not going to take a class on comparing Tarka and epistemology. All these are available in the books, and there are so many YouTubes on that, you can watch any of them. You get all these terms, and that is enough for you to use the web to search for all these, and you can go deeper into this. But I would like to discuss from a very common sense point of view, from a very practical point of view, if you can say so. Now, let me take up this point of understanding whether it is possible to know everything. Is it possible to know everything? I want to delve a little deeper into this. In our normal understanding, in our normal understanding of the world, we are all of a particular style of thinking where we have two sets, the known and the unknown. So, for us, the process of learning is moving things from unknown to known. Now, if we keep moving things from known to unknown, then the known set should become smaller and smaller, and the unknown set should become bigger and bigger. But you talk to anybody who is well read, who is a pandit, who has read so many things, who has got a lot of knowledge. You talk to so many of those people, 99% of them will very often start saying, I don't know. So, the more you start knowing, the more you understand that you don't know. This is a quote, you know that, right? The more you know, the more you say, I don't know. That's fundamentally because it is not something to do with humility or Vinayam. It is basically because when you claim something to be known, and if you start knowing much more about it, wherever you started from as knowing will slowly start changing and become better and better and better. So, you will have to start saying, I don't know. For example, we normally say the sun rises in the east because we see the sun rise in the east. Now, this is one knowledge. But once we get much more knowledge that it is not the sun which rises, it is the earth which rotates, and therefore we understand that the sun neither rises nor sets, and we are on the surface of the earth and we see as if the sun rising. Therefore, we change our notion that we see the sun rise, but actually the sun doesn't rise. So, the more knowledge is going to take the base of something which is already known, from which you constructed to know something more, then that gives way. So, this is a dynamic equilibrium. So, coming back to the set of the known and the unknown, and there is a small process of moving things from unknown to known, thereby making unknown smaller, instead it is becoming bigger. So, therefore, there should be something which we come across, then both these sets should disappear. Can both these sets disappear? Because both these sets are anyway a subset of an universal set. Now, let us say that there is an universal set which is everything. That is all. There is nothing beyond that universal set. This is a conceptualization. Now, if there is a conceptualization which says that there is everything, then the I which claims something to be known and the I which claims that it doesn't know or unknown, that I is also a part of the universal set. So, in very simple terms, if the I disappears, there is no known and the unknown, one becomes knowledge, and that is it. One becomes by himself knowledge, and therefore, it is possible to know that by knowing which one will know everything, in a manner of speaking.